so we know this year a lot of businesses were affected by the COVID-19. So I kind of have a two-part question for that.
Okay.
The first one is, how did it affect your business? And I'll ask you the second one after you finish that.
Okay. Well, the COVID, he's a sucker.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, okay? It's just, coming in and doing stuff. Now, at first, I was a little nervous because I did not know how it was going to affect me because I'm in person.
Right.
And I have a home studio, so people would be coming into my, my space and singing, saliva and spitting all that, but we went virtual. The Lord told me go virtual and do pre-recorded sessions. So I would pre-record sessions and then we would do, Zoom platforms, different platforms like that. So not only did it not affect my business, it grew my business. Because now people who wanted to, come to my studio who were out of state, now they had that option. And then it showed me, okay, Keke, you can package your vocal lessons and now sell those. So now I have, those options. So it didn't affect it, but it did make me have to transition. And entrepreneurs, we have to make sure that we catch the wave.
Yeah.
So even if you do something that's really crazy and you don't know how to put it on a social media or what are we on, what am I trying to say? The web. If you don't know how to put it on the web, do instructional videos. You see, you can instruct, you can teach. So there's different ways to leverage wherever you are and whatever season it is. You just got to be innovative and you got to think and you have to step back and look at your business and say, now how does it apply to the world that we live in now? And what about my business is a necessity? I always make sure I made people realize that Keke Perez Voice Studio is a necessity. It's almost like groceries. If you say you sing, then you need Keke Perez Voice Studio. And that's how you have to believe in what you do. So I was able to restructure and get acclimated to the new systems of life because we're not gonna miss no money.
Right.
Okay? and we gotta stick to our why and keep serving our client with great products.
Yeah, that's awesome. I totally agree.
Yes.
And so the part two of that was, I know that because of COVID, a lot of people are transitioning and starting to venture out into new avenues, and
Right.
there are actually more entrepreneurs than there were before, and so that means there are multiple people doing the same thing.
Right.
So how do you deal with the competitors, especially on social media?
Okay, so that's going back to your business plan and your why. There was this one meme and it had bread. And it was like 60 different types of bread.
Right.
And here's the thing, y'all. Even though honey wheat, the packaging looks different from the 99-cent version, it's the same bread.
Yeah.
So what it is branding. So once you really learn how to brand your it thing, then you're not competing against your competitors, you're competing against yourself. I don't compete against my competitors because number one, I know what I'm a master at and I'm an expert. I'm an expert at making people take the top off of their imagination and begin to create freely. I bring freedom to vocalists. Now, if you want somebody who teach you opera, then my homegirl down the street is one of the best vocal coaches to do that. So when you understand your strength and that's what you play upon versus, oh, well, look, they got that over there. You won't try to strategize to compete against them, but to really just hone in your lane and set yourself apart by being yourself. Because can't nobody else teach like you, because that's the way you teach, right? So that's how I stand out. Also, too, I think that I take unique pictures that fit my brand. I call my vocal students vocal athletes. So we take a lot of pictures on workout equipment because we want them to know that when you work your voice, it's literally like working out, and I'm a coach. That's what I am. I'm a vocal coach. So that's how I set myself apart, by understanding my why, understanding my demographics, and understanding that I'm not competing against them. I'm just monetizing and maximizing my expertise.
All right. Let's talk about support. Do you believe that you have support from family and friends Or do you believe that you can receive more? Like, how do you handle that? I know that's a big deal with entrepreneurs and business owners.
I have been blessed to have major support. Now, in the beginning, my mom, who's my manager, she was kind of confused because, you know, she's like, "You're a famous singer. Wait a minute."
Yeah.
Like, you're Beyonce of gospel. And I'm like, well, you know, but she had to get used to the new idea of me becoming something else. And we got to remember, as entrepreneurs, we're always evolving, and just as humans. And so she's my biggest supporters now next to my husband, who's also my funder. Thank you, Frank. So, you know, I have a great support team. Can there always be more support? Of course. But as entrepreneurs, we have to understand that sometimes if your family doesn't buy your product, say you make something for dry skin, but they have oily skin.
Yeah.
It's not what they need. So you need to make sure that you're marketing and getting support from the people that need what you offer, and stop getting mad at the people that don't support it because maybe they don't need it. Right? And so that puts you in a different space when you know, okay, I have the right amount of support I need for the season that I'm in. So when you understand seasonally where you are in your business, you won't get offended. You won't get offended. So I do think I have great support. Of course, I always want more support. I think that's just the human nature in us.
Right.
But God has been good to me. And I feel like if you can just get one more person to partner with you, because the word says where 2 or 3 stand in agreement, there you are in the midst, right? So if you can find a kingdom connection with one person, that's enough, because that's enough to be in agreement with. So that's what I feel.